had my eye on all the games. I really enjoyed the Sixers and Knicks game in Madison Square Garden. Fantastic atmosphere at MSG. I'll talk about Embiid later in the show. And I was watching this one. I'm saying, okay, Denver's more rested, but listen, we know rest, it can, sometimes coincide, or not coincide. Sometimes the rest can play factor if you're off too long. Lakers played Tuesday. They get enough rest, enough time to reacclimate themselves to the Denver climate and altitude. Show up, and I think LeBron James. Now, LeBron James to me historically treats game ones the way that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady treated game ones during the Patriot dynasty. Or not game ones, but Septembers. Tom and Bill would look at September as like, you know what? Obviously, we want to win these games, but this is kind of an extension of the preseason. We're going to tinker with stuff, see what works. We may get blown out in a Monday night game against the Kansas City Chiefs Arrowhead, and people are calling for Tom's benching, and Belichick doesn't know what he's doing. But come October, come Halloween, come Thanksgiving, we're going to go back, and we're going to be great shape, probably fighting. Definitely, we're going to win the AFC East easily and be fighting for the 1 seed and a chance at another Super Bowl title. That, to me, is how LeBron treats game ones, historically at least. Certainly prime LeBron did, where it's like, okay, I can sort of feel this out for 48 minutes, see what the other team is, where they're at, what they're trying to run against us, what we're running against them, what works, what doesn't. Then come game 2, it's on. Now, LeBron wins some game ones, he loses some game ones. This, to me, was different, though, for LeBron James. Because I think initially it was a little bit of a feel-out process where he says, okay, Denver, at one point in the first quarter, shoots 41%. We're shooting 62%. We hold leads of 8 and 12 at points in the first half. Jamal Murray, now he had 7 assists in the first half to his credit, but 3 for 11 for the field. I think LeBron James saw that and said, okay, Jamal's struggling. We saw what he did last year. That ain't going to happen very often. We are out shooting them from the field, from 3, from 2. That's not going to happen very often. Certainly in Denver, I got to go for the jugular. And that's exactly what LeBron James did. We could show you stats in the first half. LeBron James, 19 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 7 for 10 from the field. That'll work, 70%. 100% of his three-pointers, including a bomb at the end of the first half from Curry range, went 3 for 3 from 3, went 2 for 2 from the free throw line in 20 minutes. LeBron was dominating, balling. The Lakers had 8-point leads and 12-point leads. And at one point, Denver was shooting 41%. Lakers were shooting 62%. And they led by 3 at the half. By the way, making this even worse, Jamal's not playing well. LeBron's playing great. AD's playing great. If you combine LeBron James and Anthony Davis's numbers, it adds up to 30 in the first half. 37, 10, and 8 on 14 of 21 from the field, 3 for 3 from three-point range, and 6 for 6 from the free throw line. So LeBron and AD were great. AD was going at Jokic. LeBron was hitting perimeter shots, getting to the rim with ease, getting to the foul line. And they led by 3 at the half. D'Angelo Russell, that's the problem. Okay, so when I predicted this series and I said Nuggets in 5, out of pure respect for LeBron James, I'm like, the man's not going to get swept back-to-back series. I get it's the same opponent. I get Denver's clearly and objectively better than the Lakers. He's not going to get swept twice. But when I picked Denver in 5, I said, the argument was, well, the Lakers can win because D'Angelo Russell can't possibly be as bad as he was in last year's Western Conference Finals. Well, he really was. As a matter of fact, he was actually in some ways better last night than he was that series if you look at certain numbers. But Lakers fans said, hey, if D'Lo just steps up, we got something special going on here. One thing I like to do on my show, or I've started to do on my show as of late, blind reveals. Right, where I have one athlete on one side and another athlete on the other side, and it often sort of defeats our preconceived notions about how we view certain narratives on certain players. Let's do a blind reveal with blind resume with D'Angelo Russell, okay? D'Lo in game 1 versus X player, a mystery player, okay? Same points, same rebounds. Mystery players about an assist and a half more. D'Lo shooting 30%. The other guy, 41%. Still not great. D'Lo only shot 11% from 3, which is awful. The other player shoots 29%. Not great. D'Lo hit 1 3. Mystery player hit 1.6 threes. D'Lo defensive rating awful. The other player defensive rating awful as well. Can we show you who that player is? D'Angelo Russell in the playoffs as the Laker. Same guy. Same guy in terms of points and rebounds. Again, field goal percentage, especially three-point percentage. Okay, so you're going to have him go from unplayable from 3 to unbelievably inefficient from 3. That's the guy you're going to get consistently on a night-to-night basis. I didn't even think about the Western Conference final stats a year ago. They were awful. He was getting benched in series for Dennis Schroeder, who wasn't great himself against the Nuggets. Denver played, Jokic was awesome because he's Jokic. He's the best player in the world. But I didn't think Jamal Murray played that well. He distributed the basketball pretty well, and that's one thing I give Jamal Murray a ton of credit on, and we saw it last year in the finals where if the shooting isn't working, he does a great job. I remember there was one game, I think it was game 4 against Miami. He had double-digit assists, wasn't terribly efficient from the field, but got other guys involved. We know his teammate Jokic is the greatest center of all time in that regard in terms of getting other guys involved. But LeBron saw that. And I think when he saw, okay, I played awesome, AD played awesome, Jamal Murray didn't play well, we lead by 3. He pulled back in the second half. Some could argue ran out of gas, and you can make that case because the fact of the matter is, as great as LeBron James is at age 39, year 21, he can't go all out for 48 minutes like he did in his prime. It's just that the human body does not, basic anatomy, it doesn't make sense what LeBron's doing now. Certainly he's not going to replicate what he did just 5 years ago. Or 6 years ago when I thought 2018 might have been the best version of LeBron. LeBron in the second half. We showed his first half stats. Here's the second half stats. More minutes, by the way. Played 1 more minute than he did in the first half. 8 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Only it took 4 less shots from the field. Went 3 for 6, 0 for 2 from 3, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. I think LeBron at that point saw, okay, I played amazing. I went all out. Okay, I need to pull back. Because if I go out in the second half, we are going to lose. Denver went in that big third quarter run, led by double digits, I believe, going into the fourth quarter. I can't do that. LeBron says, I'm going to, at this point, second half, we're going to feel it out. The Lakers got close at points. I think they pulled it to win 6 with about 5 minutes or so to go. But Denver always, especially in the second half, felt like they were in control of that basketball game. The Lakers weren't going to win that. So he's going to feel out the rest. And I picked Denver in 5. And game 2 is actually tonight in the Rocky Mountains. If the Lakers are going to get a game, I actually think it's going to be tonight. Because LeBron pulled back in the second half. AD really didn't, but AD is not, he's not 39 years old. He's 31 years old, I believe. And we know coin flip Davis, which, by the way, has not really shown itself all season long. I haven't really been able to say that about AD, to his credit. I think LeBron in game 2 is going to go berserk. I think he's going to have about 2-3 stretches where it's like, oh, he looks like he's in year 10 again. He looks like 2013 LeBron James. Who is this guy? And then I think like 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I'd say 3-minute stretch. LeBron's going to put together like 10 points in a row or something. Kick it out to like a Rui or an Austin Reeves to knock down a 3-point shot. And they will seal a game in Denver. I think this series is actually going to play out identically to the 2023 NBA Finals, right? So Denver's already won game 1, and they did so in very similar fashion that they did in the finals last year. You know, they controlled the game throughout. They outplayed. Jokic was great. Game 2, maybe they think, hey, we've beaten the Lakers 9 straight times. Let our foot off the gas. LeBron says we have to win at least one road game. This needs to be the time we do it. Give ourselves rest before we go to LA. I think the Lakers steal game 2 in Denver tonight. And then the media, oh, here come the Lakers. Here comes LeBron. They got home court. And then Denver's going to go into LA, smoke them twice in games 3 and 4. Game 5 is going to be a dogfight that Denver pulls off in the end. That's how the series is going to play out. But listen, Saturday night looked about, it's amazing. I've never seen this between two teams in my life. Like styles of play, of course, that's repeatable if you're a good enough basketball team, which both of these teams are. But I've never seen where a team is on a hot streak against, again, obviously Denver's beaten the Lakers 9 straight times. I've never seen a stretch like that where every single game looks the same. Where it's, okay, the Lakers didn't play that bad and Denver just pulls away in the fourth quarter. It's not like Denver blew them out one game, and they might have in the first win of the 9-win streak. I haven't gone back to look at that, but by and large, these games are close. These games are tight, down to the wire, and it doesn't matter. Because Denver has the better players. They have the better coach. They have a better starting 5, a more consistent number 2 guy, which, again, AD's obviously a better player than Jamal Murray. But in the playoffs, it's a legitimate conversation. And AD was clearly better than Jamal. And the Nuggets still won by double digits. So listen, I have no reason. And this isn't a situation where this is all one team so overwhelmingly better. No, they just execute better and they're better in the margins. And I go back to what I said on Monday. I was ridiculed for it, especially when the Lakers beat the Pelicans in that playing game. It was like, oh, Bryson, you're going to be wrong. I said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Once the Lakers got the 8 seed or 7-8 seed in the play-in tournament, I said they're done. And I bought into Lakers as title contenders all season long, but I said they're done. Because if they lose to the Pelicans and they were never going to throw that game, any suggestion that they should throw the game against New Orleans, that's ridiculous. That's nonsense. But if they lost that game, they were going to lose to Sacramento or Golden State, both teams that own them in the regular season. If they beat the New Orleans Pelicans, which they ended up doing, guess what? Your reward is facing the defending champions who swept you last year. So, Lakers fans, D'Angelo Russell, oh my God, D'Angelo. Listen, man, D'Angelo Russell, Kurt Russell, Russell Wilson, it don't matter. Nuggets in 5. It's that simple. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.